Back here with Mid-Table Talk, another COPA preview. Again, I was mentioning in the previous video, I'm trying to focus on the teams that don't have as much coverage as of right now with the previews. That being said, we're going to be doing Venezuela and Group B for this video. Honestly, I think this group could go any which way. Venezuela and Ecuador are okay, let me relax. Not very good teams, but they're good now. Venezuela is in 4th in World Cup qualifying, above Ecuador and Brazil. Venezuela is the one country in CONMEBOL to have never qualified for the World Cup. So them being 4th is a huge thing. History right there. They're not a bad team in the slightest. They got pieces. New-ish coach Fernando Batista. He took over Venezuela after Jose Peckerman. Their first game of qualifying, they lost 1-0 to Colombia, which we've all seen Colombia is a good team now, smacking on the United States. Also beat Brazil in World Cup qualifying, so hopefully I can do a video on them later on. Yeah, Venezuela got results against Paraguay, beat down Chile 3-0, and got a tie in Brazil. Venezuela tied Brazil in Brazil. Have you ever heard of that before? That's crazy. So truly do not sleep on Venezuela. If you know sports, there is nothing scarier than a team that has nothing to lose and everything to gain. They barely started playing footy really within the last 30 years. Maybe less. They have athletes down there. And baseball, bro, they produce so much. Counterpoint. People are always talking about, what if USA's top athletes played footy? What if LeBron James played soccer? What if a Russell Westbrook? Dude, what if Venezuelan athletes? Can you imagine a Ronald Acuna striker? Altuve, tricky ass on the wing, scheming, no trash can. Salvador Perez, the catcher, put him in goal. Luis Arez at center back. Dude's a tank, bro. Imagine all that slugging. Instead, shoulder checks left and right. Nobody's getting past Venezuela. The talent level, they have athletes, man. All that being said, I'm gonna go through my starting lineup real quick and give little tidbits about each player, each choice. We'll start from the back. Romo is 90% sure gonna start in goal. He's started basically all their games in qualifying. He's put up a couple clean sheets as well. Not playing anywhere crazy. He's playing in Ecuador, so I mean, a good COPA performance could get you a nice little bag there in Mexico, in the Middle East maybe. Who knows? Maybe even Europe. Left back, I'm going Navarro. Navarro plays on Talleres, one of the best teams in Argentina over the last year or two. Still there. Going to be in the round 16 of Libertadores. He's a very solid left back. He's not even that old, so I wouldn't be surprised if a good tournament gets him sent beyond the pond. Left center back, I'd be going Wilker Angel from Criciúma, Brasileirão. Their center back pairing is pretty set in stone at this point. That being said, the other center back is Jordan Osorio, playing for Parma, just got promoted to the Serie A. Right back is going to be Alexander Gonzalez. Probably never heard of him. He plays for Emelec in Ecuador. He's been on the national team forever. Not much to say. The midfield. You could go a couple different ways with this Venezuelan midfield. They have talent. I would say you have 4 to 5 players that could really end up starting in this midfield. First of all, I would go a 4-3-3. Venezuela switches between a 4-3-3 and a 4-4-2. I would go with a 3 midfield. Hear me out. Stay with me now. Yangel Herrera of Girona. Great season. They ended up 3rd. They're going to be playing champions this season. And he's a legit player. He played really good against Barcelona in that 4-2 win. Very physical, can retain the ball well. Big dude. Veteran presence. Tomas Rincon, probably the one player you could say has been on Venezuela for the past 15 years. With a tournament like this, I feel like you kind of have to go experience. The dude is captain through and through. Last dude in the midfield 3, I'd feel like is Jose Martinez off the Philadelphia Union. Again, one of those dudes that been there for a while. Very solid dude for the Union. Very crucial piece. If you know MLS, the Union is a legit team for the past 4 or 5 years at least, and he's easily the heart of that midfield. He's their captain sometimes. Again, want to emphasize this is a very defensive 3 midfield that I'm picking. One of Rincon or Martinez. That next spot goes to Cristian Cáceres Jr. playing for Toulouse. We might see Cáceres. You could also throw Bello in there. Bello, much more attacking piece. He starts for Venezuela sometimes. Then we go up top. Again, they switch between a 4-4-2 and a 4-3-3 a lot. So I don't know exactly how they're going to set up. This is how I would like to see them set up, at least. Front 3 of Jefferson Soteldo. He's been balling for Grêmio down in Brazil. Played a great game against Huachipato. Anybody's watching Libertadores, a legit very good Gremio team. They're in the last 16 of the Copa Libertadores. Diego Costa's on there nowadays. This is the closest thing I have to a Venezuela jersey. Striker, I feel like has to be the main guy for a double against Columbus Crew, Solomon Rondon. He is Mr. Venezuela, legendary striker. When you think of Venezuelan soccer for the last 15 years, you're probably thinking of Solomon Rondon. Other wing, I'm going Jefferson Savarino nowadays in the Brasileirao. Played on Real Salt Lake as well. Legit winger, can do it all. I think these two wingers are going to be very interesting because both of them kind of similar profile. Like, they like to challenge, they like to take you on. They have basically the same first name. I don't know what it is. Peruvians, Ecuadorians, and Venezuelans have some of the wildest names you will ever see. Jefferson, Edison. I don't get it. I'll let them cook. They have some decent other pieces as well. Darwin Machis plays on Cadiz nowadays. That's basically my lineup for Venezuela. I believe in Venezuela. I like to bank my predictions more off World Cup qualifying than the friendlies right before because, again, it's friendlies. Like, Venezuela's fourth in qualifying. Got a result in Brazil. Hot take. Venezuela gets first in this group. You heard it here first. I don't know what it is, man. I love a good Cinderella story. They're not bad at all. A team that has nothing to prove, everything to gain. Vamos mi Venezuela! Chamo! Everyone is probably already writing them off. I think they get first. Call me an idiot in 3 weeks. We'll see what happens. Group B is going to be a hellhole. I don't think it's going to be nearly as easy as anyone wants to make it out to be, especially TUDN commentators. Sorry. I don't know. I think it's between Venezuela or Ecuador getting first. And I will give Mexico second place. This group is truly going to be fun from a neutral standpoint. Jamaica is not bad at all on paper either. On paper. I think this ends up Venezuela, Mexico, Ecuador, Jamaica. And that is it for the video. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I need to stop with the finger guns. I don't know what. Tune in for the next one. Going Group C. La Arepa de Venezuela. I don't know.